Today I want to talk about team issues. We all struggle, every business owner, every organization, any organization can struggle with how do we create cohesiveness amongst our entire organization that we're all going the same direction. And I heard one person describe it as, if we're all sitting around the shopping cart, all of us around it, we're all pushing, do we go anywhere? And the answer obviously is no, we don't. We all end up in this stalemate. And I see that as such a good metaphor of business life organizations that can hold us back. So I'm always thinking to myself, how can we help get the organization all go in the same direction so we can grow and thrive? It makes me think of Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday. The locker room speech at the end of, we can either come together as a team and grow and succeed, or we can all die as individuals. And so often the individual's agenda trumps the organization's agenda, and as a result of that, no progress is made. And sadly, what fails to happen in many cases is each individual keeps thinking, well, my agenda, my agenda, my agenda, and they forget to realize that if the overall organization's not successful, your agenda is going to fall apart and it won't work. And when I think about that, I think about the impact that one person can have in an organization and how they can either drag it the right way or drag it the wrong way. And some of you have probably seen me use this metaphor, but I want to play a video and talk over the top of it of exactly what this looks like. Because here you have an office, right? And it's the tug of war of life. It's the front versus the back. It's hygiene versus assistance. It's patients versus office, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden one person walks in, grabs that rope, which was me, and look how I can pull a whole group of people around. They're trying hard. The first time they weren't. I caught them off guard. It was easy to pull them. But now look at them. They're all like buckling down, pulling as hard as they can. And yet, me, one person, can sway a whole group of people, a whole organization, if you will. The metaphor to me there is that one person can either pull a whole organization down, i.e. being a cancer, or one person can come in and be the firecracker of the organization that can pull them all to a different place in life, to a different level of performance in life, and one where we all do better. Now, of course, that one person better be sure that their agenda fits the overall organization's agenda, or guess what will happen? It won't work well. And that's where we often get swayed in life, because we think that, hey, my plan is a good plan. I'm trying to do the right thing. Well, sometimes we don't look at it from a big enough perspective. We're down here. The challenge in dentistry is that you wear loupes. If you're a clinical person, you wear loupes, you look in a hole that's this big, and your loupes are only in focus for about 6 inches. So if you back up too far, they're not in focus. If you get too close, they're not in focus. You have a very short focal range. And the scope of view is really small, about the size of a mouth. So we become myopic or have tunnel vision. So if we don't back up and look at the overall how everything's working, we can miss it. And that's where I think sometimes, I don't think in many cases that people, their agendas are, they're evil, bad people. I think the challenge is they only see their small area, and as a result, it skews their plan in the wrong direction. And what we need to do is often back up and look at the overall thing and see what's going on. So first and foremost, we need to make sure that we're taking care of the patients to the highest level possible. Are we doing everything within our power to get them to better health, to make their health, their lives better? Then we should be worried about the profit of the business. Is the business going to turn a profit? If it's not, nobody has a job. And what's funny to me is oftentimes I hear people come and going, hey, what about my paycheck? What about my paycheck? Well, if the whole business isn't profitable, you won't have a paycheck. Hence why we have to look at the overall first. Now I realize for the individual, sometimes that sucks. Can't deny it. But we have to do it that way or the whole group dies, i.e. Al Pacino. We'll either grow as a team or we'll die as individuals. But so often we just get lost in our story of my profitability, my vacation, my time off, my stress, my stuff. and we miss the point of the whole organization. So once we figure out if we're going the right direction, now the question becomes, how can each individual contribute to this? What can you do in your department, your role, your operatory, your chair, wherever you are, your space in the office, to make it better? And how can it all aggregate up to the overall organization to improve it? What are one or two things that you can work on that will make the business healthier, that will make the patient healthier? Because if we make the patient healthier, the economics will be fine. If the economics of the business are fine, your economics will improve too. It's a simple order of operation, but we often get it wrong. So then as a leader in the organization, what can you do to help fuel the fire that is your frontline team that's doing an amazing job for you? They're all excited, they're all watching this, they're all fired up, and they want to improve the practice. How can you fuel that fire? So the challenge for you today is to think about, talk to your coach about, talk to your leadership about, what one thing can you do today to help get this flywheel moving? Well, and then tomorrow come back and go, hey, what can I do today again? Maybe a different thing, maybe the same thing, to get this flywheel going. Because man, once it's going, holy cow, incredible things will happen. I hope you find this helpful. And I hope this will help you change your day, your perspective on your office, your circumstance. And I hope it allows you to participate in your own rescue and the rescue of your own organization. And if it does, I hope you share a note with me about what happens. Thanks for joining me today. I can't wait to see you 8 o'clock Mountain, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Till then, have an awesome day. What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.